What's going on, guys? Crypto Renegade here. In today's video, I'm going to talk about Solarflare. Is it the #1 DEX on Moonbeam? Is there a 5x, 10x, or even 20x potential? Let's get into it. But before I jump into the content, I just completely revamped my website, bitcoinlockup.com. There's some very exciting stuff coming I'm about to announce, and you can always preview my newest videos there before they hit YouTube or any other platform. There will also be some bonus exclusive content coming that will not be made available anywhere else. Let's dive in.
And here we go.
Welcome back. So in some of our last videos, we've of course covered more Polkadot projects and their overall impacts on the crypto ecosystem. I've also covered Solana projects, Cosmos projects, and dug deeper into NFTs. Recently, I got into Moonriver, which started budding its own mini ecosystem. So it's reasonable to assume that Moonbeam or Glimmer will do the same, right? Also, is this Solarflare connected to Solarbeam that I covered a few months ago? I am going to cover what this is, why it was created, and ultimately why you should really start paying attention to it, especially if you own Moonbeam. Are you really looking for a massive yield and ways to monetize their Glimmer tokens? Most people? Let's find out. So let's start with the basics. What is Solarflare? Put simply, Solarflare is a decentralized exchange that provides liquidity and enables peer-to-peer transactions on the Moonbeam Network. The goal is to provide a single, comprehensive, and convenient platform for the cryptocurrency community. Now, for those of you who aren't familiar yet with Moonbeam, let me briefly cover what this network does and is intending to do. It's an Ethereum-compatible smart contract platform on the Polkadot network that makes it easy to natively build interoperable applications. This compatibility with Ethereum allows developers to implement existing Solidity smart contracts and DApp interfaces on Moonbeam with minimal changes. Like Moonriver, its sister parachain in Kusama, Moonbeam is expected to amass developer and user activity from 80+ projects building DApps and protocols on different networks. As a parachain on Polkadot network, Moonbeam benefits from the shared security of the Polkadot relay chain and integrations with all other chains connected to Polkadot. So, how does Moonbeam connect to Solarflare or even Solarbeam? Well, Moonbeam's compatibility with Ethereum allows Solarflare to provide users with easy access to a new blockchain network while interacting with a familiar environment. Projects building on Moonbeam can use the same smart contract languages, Ethereum-style accounts, developer tools, base-level integrations, and other services they rely on today, but within a new extended environment on Polkadot. These projects can then natively interact not only with Polkadot, but also with other parachains that are also connected to the same network. The Solarflare platform implements a decentralized exchange for users to trade their tokens through peer-to-peer transactions, as well as yield farming opportunities and a vested token feature that will offer multiple benefits as one-time staking rewards as fees generated by the DEX and government power.
I think that all government is a waste of taxpayer money.
This allows Solarflare to offer a comprehensive DeFi hub to the Moonbeam network. With this integration, Solarflare and Moonbeam will take another step towards becoming the focus for new and old users within the Polkadot ecosystem. So what problem does this actually solve? Solarflare allows users to trade directly from your wallets rather than trading through a third party. Tokens never leave your custody, and it means it's 100% owned by you. Lower trading fees make Solarflare an attractive platform also to trade with. So why Solarflare? Well, a much higher yield and allows you to put your Glimmer tokens to work for you. Peer-to-peer transactions, you can trade directly from wallet to wallet without any third-party account or releasing any custody of your private keys, and you earn Flare with yield farming and staking Glimmer. You stake your tokens in a single asset pool or paired in the liquidity pool to earn even more flare. It also goes without saying that you can earn trading fees via the liquidity pools. So, now that we know what it does and what problem it solves, let's cover some of the base tokenomics. Flare is, by itself, a governance token. That token distribution follows a fixed supply, constant emission model with burning mechanisms. That's key. The initial launch liquidity was 2 million flare and 200,000 of glimmer with a launch price of 10 cents. As of shooting this video, the price per flare is 49 cents. It has a max supply of 400 million. It takes 72 months to emit. All liquidity providers get 70% or the bulk. 10% goes to the treasury, and the team gets a 12-month 10% linear unlock. Also strategic partnerships with, again, 10% unlock over 12 months. So why are people paying attention to this very early DEX? Well, new projects bring value to the Moonbeam Network. Since it's new, a big factor helping the Moonbeam Network get up and running has been the interest from developers who have launched their projects on the network. This has helped attract users and assets to this newly launched protocol. These include projects like the automated market maker, again, Solarflare, which we're talking about now, the DEX, and StelSwap, which is a cross-chain DEX protocol, Zenlink. As a result of multiple protocols launched on Moonbeam, the TVL, or total value locked, has already reached nearly 200 million during its first week on the Polkadot mainnet. And finally, let's cover how does this connect to Moonbeam and Solarbeam directly. So there's two token models. There's Solar tokens and Flare tokens. They decided that the two token model is aligned with the entire Kusama ecosystem in having two different tokens for two different chains. Examples, Mover and Glimmer. It will allow both ecosystems to flourish independently with greater flexibility as well as scope for creativity. In particular, it allows them to experiment with new features and potential partnerships on Moonriver while also applying the lessons that they've learned on Moonriver for a more successful launch and faster iteration on Moonbeam. So again, the Flare tokenomics, they're taking lessons from Solarbeam and iterating. Largely, the launch will be the same except an adjustment by a factor of 10. With a 10x lower launch price and a 10x higher emissions, the effective emission to dollar value is the same. This is so that they can target a lower cost per token to address a low unit bias. Tokenomically, the other main difference is that emissions will reduce gradually over time, which is something that we'll introduce on the Solarbeam in the future as well. And if that wasn't unique or different enough for you, check this out. It's called Vested Flare, or VE Flare. To empower long-term committed Solarflare investors, they're introducing VE Flare, a token which will replace the functionality of Flare Vaults, allowing users to decide on their own lockup times, dialing in your time commitment and APRs, as well as retain the flexibility of Flare itself. VE Flare is inspired by the governance concept of Curve's VE-CRV token model, which has been one of the best token designs in the industry for long-term holders, encouraging long-term staking and active community involvement through governance. Now, it's entirely possible that this coin keeps up momentum and it could hit $5 to $10 by the end of 2022 or 23, assuming there's a bullish reversal in Bitcoin. But again, as always, DYOR.
Much it will pay. I may have been early, but I'm not wrong.
With all this uncertainty in the overall crypto markets in the moment, do you think Solarflare will kick off a frenzy of mini ecosystems within Moonbeam or Polkadot? Let me know what you think down below in the comments. And then go ahead and click right here on your screen to watch my deep dive video on the two cryptos that Meta or Facebook will adopt. I'll see you guys in that video right now. Crypto Renegade out.